Welcome back to another Cities Excel 2012 tutorial. This one is going to be actually a bridge tutorial. I had somebody comment, one of you guys, Josh XD, I do believe I said it right, in terms of how exactly do you raise and lower the bridges. His English wasn't very good. Don't worry about that. I didn't actually quite get what you meant by lowering and raising, but I did read the word bridges, so I do believe you're having some issues with bridges. So what I decided to do, I'll cover everything for bridges. So you might understand me, you might not, since you said your English isn't that good, but you'll at least see what I do and you'll sort of figure it out. Now, you have the standard bridges. As you see, you have the slow ones, you have 20 cars per minute. As you see, you have 40 cars per minute, 60 cars per minute, blah, 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 blah. It goes all the way to 320 cars per minute. Now, these various types of bridges, of course, mean more cars per minute. Of course, they do cost more. For example, this is the expressway bridge, that being, I do believe this one, expressway bridge. It's 160 cars per minute. Now, a good thing to know if your bridge is effective or not is you go to your actual tab here, transport tab, and then you click your cars, and then you see how red it is. If it's very red, it means there's a lot of traffic. It means you might need to expand it. But then again, I don't want to expand it because this way I do force my citizens to use metros, but that's a different tutorial whatsoever. You know where that tutorial is on the list below. You can take a look at that. I don't want to make it very comfortable for them so they don't use my metro systems. Now, of course, if the bridge is red, it's preferable that you expand the bridge and make it bigger, so on and so forth. Now, to build bridges. Building all these types of bridges is pretty easy. You need a main entry, you need a road. For example, any type of road, that being even a small one. So I'm going to left click it and I'm going to go all the way here, and then I'm going to go all the way here towards the water. Now, once you get towards the water, you'll notice that it says foundation is too high. So what you're going to do is hold shift and move down. You see, I can shift and move up, shift and move down. You see what I'm doing? But with the water, you can't go very high above the water, so you got to stay low. So we're going to build it like that, and then to the road, the first road, and then we connect it that way. So that's one way of connecting the bridges. Of course, all the other bridges work the same way. So if we get rid of this and we build literally all the bridges except the last one, the expressway. So for example, let's go for the bigger one. Let's go for, what is this one? The wide uptown arc bridge. So same thing. I can start off from the small road and I can keep going, and I don't know, let's say link it here and link it up to here. So usually all of these aren't really an issue. These bridges aren't really an issue, except the highway bridge. It really requires a little bit of you can say extra knowledge. It's literally it. Also keep in mind that it doesn't mean that when you build a bridge you can't build another bridge over it. Yeah, so for example, if, I don't know why this might happen, but you know, let's just go over the probability of, you know, maybe it might happen. So for example, I'm gonna have, I don't know, a large highway bridge coming from here. It's gonna be going all the way here, and then we're gonna make it go down to here. Okay, so that's one of my bridges. And then let's say I want another bridge, so I want to go over it. So what I'm gonna do is shift, and with my mouse I'm going to move up until you don't get to those things. So, and as you see, I am going over the bridge and down. Okay, down. Nope. So as you can see now, I have two bridges over each other. So I don't know, I think that might be useful. You know, I never tried a third bridge actually. We could give it a go. We need more space, of course, to get the height that we require, and we need a lot of height for this one. So there you go. As you can see, I have now 3 bridges over each other. This is pretty crazy, but you can do this to obviously cut down traffic. Now, of course, do keep in mind bridges are pretty expensive. When you click on the bridge, you can see the price. It's costing me 2,800. So the total minus 2,800. I'm speaking like this, so for all you guys that don't speak good English, actually understand what I'm saying. I hope so. So I hope this helps out. So literally you can overlink the bridges as well. Now the only complicated bridge, or the one that requires a little more knowledge, is the last bridge, that being the highway bridge. Now when you're at roads, typical roads, as you can see, you have the roads, the highest road here you have is the expressway, which is 160 cars. But you have a road obviously bigger than the expressway. It's the actual highway. So if you go to the fast lanes, you will see that here's the highway. It's 320 cars per minute. So it's even faster than the expressway. But the highway, you can't connect it to any of the roads. Any roads, as you see, it'll give you there's not enough room for this road, or even if you do make room for this road, it'll give you another error. It'd say junction not correct. So for example, from here, invalid junction, you see? So the highway bridge is the same thing, because this is the highway, but the highway bridge obviously has a highway on it. And for the highway, you need a special connector. Now the special connector is here. It's called the, what is it called? Simple interchange. It connects the actual normal roads to the highway roads, because the highway roads are very wide. Let's just take a look at how wide they are, and they're bloody expensive too. As you see, just this small section is costing me 200. So you can imagine maybe all the way down here is going to cost me 1,500. It's pretty expensive. Now, the same principle applies when you're building the highway bridge. The highway bridge now, here it comes a little, you can say, slightly complex. Now, for example, I'm going to want to build a highway bridge, that being the last one. Now, I'm going to want to build, let's say, if for some odd reason I'm going to want to re-expand this to a highway bridge. So I know I'm probably going to want to enter, let's say, from here, maybe go to here, and then from here go back down here. So before I do that, I'm going to go to my fast lane section. I'm going to click the simple interchange, and I'm going to zoom in. Now, as you can see, one side is wider, that being the bottom part, and the narrow part, the one up, is narrower. I can't show it because it's stuck with the mouse. But so what I'm going to do is, obviously, since I am planning to connect to this place here, I'm going to put the narrower part up. If it's the opposite way around, I'm going to hold shift and rotate it, of course. You know? Rotate it. Now you see the wider part is up. I don't want the wider part up because the highway is going to be going down. So I'm going to stick the narrower part up. So I'm going to stick that there. The next thing I'm going to do is, I know I'm probably going to be connecting it to here. So what I could do is, I don't know, just for example's sake, you know, I will again rotate it, stick the narrower part here. Okay, and that pretty much does it. So I'm going to have a bridge from here all the way to here, the expressway. So I'm going to hit the expressway bridge and start it off. So here we go. Again, cannot place on water, so we're going to go slowly. We're going to go slowly, slowly. This is going to cost a fortune. Cannot place on water. So we're going to have to go down now. Okay. Cannot place on water. And there you go. So sometimes it won't, as you see, it didn't allow you to do that. So you just got to build up slowly, slowly, slowly. It says if you directly link it, okay, it'll tell you cannot place on water. It doesn't work. So again, that's a stupid bug for some reason. You got to build it by segments, and it works. As you see, it does work. So here's my highway. Now all I have to do is, you see, it says it's not connected to the town hall. So now I obviously just build my normal road, that being the normal roads, and I'm going to take, let's say, I don't know, the nice large Uptown Avenue, and now I should be able to connect to this and connect it with my large Uptown Avenue. I do believe that this is the expressway, so the expressway connects to the whatever I want it to be. So remember, this actual interchange must be connected by the expressway, so you have to connect this by the expressway. So not enough room. So again, that was my mistake. That was my mistake to build it so close, so I did need to build it a little bit further away. So what I could do is, of course, redo the whole thing, just for example's sake. Let's, again, we're going to go to the fast lanes. I'm going to go to the simple interchange, you can say the special exchange. I'm going to stick the highway on the left, while the other one's to the right. That's plenty of room now. And there is an issue because I need more room on the land to connect it. So this is, again, a little bit tricky, you know. Because remember, I need a little bit more space to build the connector from the bridge to the actual connector. So again, the fast lanes, here's my connector, switch it there. You know, I could build it at an angle like that, I have more space, so I could stick it there. And then what I could do is go to my roads. Again, you need to go to the expressway. Only the expressway connects to the connector, and there we go. And that's connected, and now we can build our expressway highway. Again, piece by piece. Yeah, it sometimes doesn't work. Cannot be placed on water, so you gotta get it till it can be placed on water, and then you just continue building. So let's zoom out. Again, cannot be placed on water, so go section by section. And as you see now, I have finally connected my expressway highway. Now, of course, the expressway highway has its own set of, you can say, interchanges. As you can see, I need a special interchange to connect my highway to a normal expressway. Now, the same principle applies, of course, doing other things with the expressway highway. So, for example, if I go to the fast lanes, as you see, I have a special interchange here. And this interchange, of course, is for the expressway highway. So let's build it here. And as you can see, let's build them all, actually, just to show you what this is supposed to do. So I have built them all, I do presume. I'm not sure, but that does look like the same thing. As you see, I have built them all. Now, these are pretty useful in case you do want to, let's say, build multiple roads. So for example, if I want to build, I don't know, a road from a highway all the way up here, and then another highway like that. So I can build these there. Again, these can only be connected to this can only be built, or you can continue only building with the actual highway road. So you have to go to the roads, you have to go to the fast lanes, you have to only build a highway, and you can continue building the highway. Now, if you want to connect this to a normal road, you're going to again have to put this interchange. Okay, so keep that in mind. So this really requires a lot of space. So let me give you an example of how to get this done here. These are various different forms that you can use for various situations that you have. But just for example's sake, I'm going to show you how to use this actual fast lane. You can say in a way it is a roads tutorial, more advanced roads tutorial as well, because most of the people don't really know that you can actually use a larger road, that being the 320 cars per minute highway road. So just for example's sake, let's say I'd want to make a highway all the way up there and a highway all the way down. So I'd go to the fast lanes, and of course this, as you can see, I need a right and a left. So this is literally what I need, exactly what I need, because I don't really want to go, I need a road that connects these two, the one up and the one down. And let's say I want it to connect to the actual thingy. So yeah, actually, hold on. What I can do is destroy this. Hold on. Destroy this, and let's redo it again. So I'm going to go to the actual, again, fast lanes. And we're going to rotate it. There you go. Now, we're going to build the highway all the way to here. So we are going to have our connector here. Again, the highway has to go up. So let's rotate it so the highway section is up. Now the expressway section is up. The rotating is really stupid in this game, but that's the way it is. So there we go. We need again more space. Remember what happened last time. So now we can connect this to that. And the same thing we can do here. Again, the highway section is down, so that's fine. And we can connect this to that. And here is again the highway section. So let's see if we can do it this way and connect this to that. So as you can see, and now we can only use the expressway. So here we have the expressway, and the expressway. Remember, the expressway, for some odd reason, from the exchange, it can't turn. So if you want to do anything, always make a small section and then left click, and then you can turn however you want. Okay, so I just figured that out now. It seems that you can't turn with the expressway. It doesn't connect it, so you got to first connect to the expressway. So make the smallest section possible until the red thingy disappears, as you can see. Once you have that done, then you can make turning roads from the actual interlink. Okay, so then I can connect it to that. Okay. Again, stupid why they built it this way, but that's the way they built it, and that's the way it is. So let's not bother discussing why they built it so dumbly. So again, I can build a small section and then turn it if I want to turn it. And there you go. That's the way you build your expressway. So let's speed it up now. This should man up, and we have it manned up. Now this road again is going to cost us a fortune. So we have 420, 420. 420, 420. So that's, let's say, 1200 for rounds up sake. And then we have the interchange, very large interchange, that's 1600. And then you have the two sections of bridges, that's 700, 1000, so 1700 and 300. So in total, I do believe around 4000 it's costing me just this section. So keep in mind, yes, this does improve your traffic quite a bit, but it is pretty expensive. So this is one good thing to keep in mind. Well, this pretty much covers, you can say, advanced road building with the actual highway and bridge building. Bridges are all pretty much the same. You can build all types of bridges off the bat, except the actual expressway, so I mean the highway. You can build all types of bridges off the bat. All of them are pretty easily connected to all types of roads. You know, you can raise and lower the bridge by holding shift. So for example, I'm building a bridge here, you know, I hold shift, I move it up, you know, I move it up, hold on, and then I move it up. Remember, some bridges can go very high, some bridges can go higher. Of course, the more expensive bridges can go higher, so keep that in mind. So for example, I know that the highway bridge will obviously beat the height of this, so I can start it off here. You need space, of course, to go high, so let's keep that in mind. So there you go, it is connecting, so we got to make it a little bit higher, and bridge foundation is too high. There you go. You see, so really the more expensive bridges can go high. You hold shift, it can go up and down. The expressways need the special interchange link on the fast lanes. You need to build the interchange links, which only connect to the expressway. Remember, from the highway, it only connects to the expressway, so the interchange, you're going to have to use the expressway, which is the last one. And then the expressway, obviously, you make a small little thing. You finish that with the expressway, so you can then turn it around. So that's pretty much it for the road, you can say, the advanced road roads and bridges tutorial for this actual thing. Otherwise, when I play, I don't really use these highway bridges or highways in general, because they are very expensive and they do cost me a lot of money. And I did realize the more I do interconnect the roads and I do improve them, the less people use the metro lines. So I do build up my actual, you can say, road infrastructure and public transport in such a way that it does balance it out. But anyways, this is my opinion, and if you've been watching my Let's Plays, you know what I do. Anyways, hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I really hope I helped you out. Joash XD, and I really hope this sort of I don't know, I guess covers everything that you need to know in terms of building your bridges and of course advanced highways, advanced roads, that being the highways. So this is it for this tutorial. Happy gaming, and see you guys again. And don't be shy, leave your comments down below in case you would like to know anything else in terms of this game. Again, keep in mind that these tutorials are just for the standard game off, like you can say the game out of the box. There's no mods. I'm not playing the game with any mods. So this is it. Take care. Bye.